I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I want to thank the chairs and the ranking members and the members of this committee for raising House Bill 7120. And I'd like to speak to Section 2 in particular on this bill, a firefighter cancer screening pilot program. This came about with the gentleman sitting here to my right, and he spent 1,000 hours on this research. But we wanted to just start out as just a small proposal, just to start a pilot program and show the state how well it could work. These cancers that we all know that cancer, if it's caught early, it can be treated and cured. And if it's not, it leads to things like the fund where we have set up to treat those that have come down with cancer. So it's a costly treatment, and it's very hard on the patient. So if we could catch it early, screen those cancers, I think you'll find the fiscal note for Section 2 is pretty minimal, and we can do this. So I'd like to get started with just a volunteer force and one non-volunteer, and see if we could get going with a pilot program. We will lead the country in cancer screening for our firefighters if we do this. So I'd like to turn it over now. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I will be around for questions or comments. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Committee's Chair, Senator Gaston, Representative Boyd, Vice Chairs, Ranking Members, Ciccarella and Howard. Thank you for raising Bill number 7120, an act concerning firefighter turnout gear, a firefighter cancer screening program, and grants for removal of PFAS and fire apparatus, and allowing me to testify today on behalf of the Burlington Volunteer Fire Department. My name is Jeffrey Bond. I'm a retired physician assistant, a volunteer firefighter, and an EMT in the Burlington Volunteer Fire Department. As you've heard many times today, occupational cancer is killing firefighters. In Connecticut and across the country. One of the common testing companies that comes into Connecticut, United Diagnostic Services, recently reported that at 8 testing centers in Connecticut, of the Connecticut Fire Departments, they found 146 high-risk findings out of 935. That's about 16% of those that were screened. That's almost 1 in 5 and 1 in 6. Firefighters face, as you've heard, a 9% increase in a cancer diagnosis and a 14% increase in dying from that cancer as compared to the general population. 2017, the state of Connecticut reported that there were 26,800 firefighters in the state of Connecticut. Over 80% of them were volunteers. Firefighters are dying from cancers, and we don't know the true number of those firefighters that are dying. Volunteer firefighters are not included in any database regarding the number of cancers that they have. The uniformed services have the IAFF, who is recording that nationally. But almost 3/4 of the firefighters are out there. We have no idea how many cancers that they're getting. We are a cancer cluster. You heard earlier that the International Agency on Cancer Research lists this as a number 1 or group 1 cancer or carcinogen. As we look at the UADS results of their findings, almost 1 in 5 and 1 in 6 firefighters has a high-risk finding without even knowing that they had symptoms. While good for research, no specific studies have been conducted on the number of firefighters receiving cancer screening. So what's the missing link? As we heard earlier, age makes a difference. At age 45, you're now allowed to be able to get a colonoscopy, which is covered by insurance. If we age adjust that for firefighters, they're not going to have any insurance company. That's going to have to be an out-of-pocket expense. We need a screening guideline that adjusts for age and adjusts for the hazards of the environment that the firefighters work within. We never know when our 9/11 event is going to occur. Firefighters in East Palestine, Ohio, when the CSX train wreck rolled over, were sleeping in their beds. They never got a chance to plan for this. We need to screen firefighters for cancer with a universal guideline that incorporates the use of physicians and the clinical experts on cancer care and cancer treatment, which is typically not done. We must start with firefighter cancer screening today. Our firefighters are dying. We can't wait for the research to be done on a screening program any farther down the road. In addition, no data exists to identify how many of our firefighters, whether municipal, career, or volunteer, actually have cancer. I know of one department in Connecticut that has had 4 cancers, one volunteer department that has had 4 cancers with one person passing away. It's not recorded anyplace. Raise Bill 7120 will ensure that firefighters will finally get a defined cancer screening guideline. It will ensure that all firefighters will be represented in the program. It doesn't matter if you're paid, volunteer, man or woman, you'll be part of being eligible for screening. As I close, there are 2 things to remember. Cancer screening saves lives, and cancer screening is cost effective. Thank you for consideration the establishment of this pilot program on cancer screening in the program for all Connecticut firefighters, with special note today for the courage it took firefighter Pirelli to come in and speak to you earlier today. I'll take any questions.